let's jump into it today. We're going to take a deep dive into Hugging Face.
Okay.
Hugging Face, a platform that's been making some serious waves in the AI world by making it more accessible. For developers and AI enthusiasts, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And not just building AI models, but actually building the infrastructure that makes it easy for anyone to use and experiment with them.
That's what's so cool about it, right?
Yeah, that's the fascinating part of Hugging Face.
Yeah, and so the source that we're going to be using for this deep dive is an article from InfoQ, a trusted source for senior software developers. It's titled, Hugging Face expands serverless inference options with new provider integrations. And it's packed with insights about how Hugging Face is changing the game.
Yeah.
So what's the big news?
So the big news is that Hugging Face just announced that they're integrating with 4 new serverless inference providers.
Wow.
FAL, Replicate, SambaNova, and Together AI.
Okay.
That's
a lot.
Yeah, it's huge for developers because it just gives them more choices and flexibility.
More choices and flexibility, music to a developer's ears, right?
Exactly.
But before we get too deep into that, let's take a step back and make sure we're all on the same page. What exactly is serverless inference and why should we care?
So think of it this way. Imagine you need to run complex AI models for your project. Traditionally, you'd have to set up and manage a whole server infrastructure.
Okay.
Which can be so time-consuming and expensive.
Yeah.
Serverless inference takes away that burden.
Okay, so it's like having a team of expert chefs on call, ready to whip up whatever AI dish you need without you having to build a kitchen or manage the ingredients.
Exactly.
I like that.
It allows you to focus on building your application without getting bogged down by, infrastructure management. And with these new provider integrations, Hugging Face is essentially expanding the menu of AI dishes you can order.
I like that. Okay, so that's where it gets really interesting for developers. The article emphasizes how these integrations simplify the development workflow.
Yeah.
You can choose your preferred provider. You can even switch between them seamlessly, all through Hugging Face's user-friendly interface.
It's like having a universal remote control for your AI development.
Okay.
You're in control, and you have the flexibility to choose the best tools for the job.
This article even includes some quotes that highlight this user-friendliness.
Yeah.
Rodrigo Liang, CEO of SambaNova, says, Hugging Face developers now have access to much faster inference speeds on a wide range of the best open source models. Faster speeds, wider access, that's a powerful combination.
Absolutely. It is. And the article also quotes Zeke Sikelianos, the founding designer at Replicate. He says, Hugging Face is the de facto home of open source model weights and has been a key player in making AI more accessible to the world. That's a key takeaway here. Hugging Face is democratizing AI, making it available to a broader audience.
Yeah, but let's not forget the technical side of things. Faster inference isn't just about convenience, it also translates to better results. The article points out that the demand for AI, particularly for resource-intensive applications like agentic AI, is skyrocketing.
Right, and agentic AI is where things get really exciting.
Yeah.
We're talking about AI that can take actions and make decisions on its own, like AI assistants that can schedule appointments.
Wow.
Or even manage investments,
Okay.
These complex tasks require serious processing power.
Yes.
Which is why faster inference is so crucial.
Right. So faster inference means the AI can act more quickly and make decisions in real time.
Yes.
Which is essential for so many applications.
Absolutely.
The article even mentions how open source models can be optimized to run on RDMA units. Think of them as high-speed data transfer lanes resulting in up to 10 times faster inference and improved accuracy.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Faster processing leads to quicker decisions, and improved accuracy ensures those decisions are the right ones.
Right.
This is a game changer for AI development.
And it all circles back to Hugging Face's mission to make AI more accessible. They're not just providing the tools, but also fostering a collaborative environment where developers can work together to improve the technology.
Right.
It's like a giant open source playground for AI enthusiasts.
Exactly. And that brings us to the practical question of billing.
Okay.
How does all of this serverless inference magic get paid for?
Right.
The article explains it pretty straightforwardly. If you're using your own API keys, you'll be billed directly by the provider.
Okay, that makes sense. But what if you're using Hugging Face's routing system?
Then you'll be charged at the standard provider rates with no markup. This is another example of Hugging Face's commitment to transparency and accessibility. They're making it easy for developers to get started with serverless inference without any hidden costs.
So we've seen how Hugging Face is making AI development more convenient and flexible,
Yeah.
emphasizing speed, accessibility, and transparent pricing. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to unpack, including real-world examples and the broader implications of this shift towards more accessible AI.
And that's exactly what we'll be diving into in part 2 of our deep dive. We'll explore how this accessibility is already changing the landscape of various industries, from small businesses to cutting-edge research.
Ooh, okay, can't wait for that.
So stay tuned.
Welcome back. In part 1, we talked about how Hugging Face is revolutionizing AI development with its serverless inference options. But let's get down to brass tacks. How is this actually playing out in the real world?
Well, imagine you're a small business owner.
Okay.
And you want to, say, personalize marketing emails for your customers.
Right.
In the past, you might have needed a whole team of developers to build and manage the AI infrastructure for that.
That sounds expensive and complicated.
Yeah.
Not exactly ideal for a small business.
Exactly. But now, with platforms like Hugging Face, you can essentially rent the AI power you need without the overhead of managing servers. It levels the playing field for smaller players.
So it's like the difference between buying a whole factory and just renting a 3D printer when you need it.
That's a great way to put it. And it's not just small businesses that benefit.
Yeah.
Researchers and individual developers are also empowered to experiment with cutting-edge AI models without breaking the bank.
That's exciting because it means we're likely to see a surge in innovation, right?
Absolutely. It's democratizing AI research and development, making it more accessible and leading to a more vibrant and diverse AI ecosystem.
Okay, so we've talked about the convenience and the cost savings.
Yeah.
But what about the actual process of using these serverless inference options? Is it truly as straightforward as like ordering takeout like we discussed earlier?
That's the goal that Hugging Face is striving for.
Yeah.
The article mentions that they've integrated these providers into their client SDKs for both JavaScript and Python.
So developers can basically plug and play without having to write a ton of extra code just to connect to these providers.
That's right. It's all built into the tools they're already familiar with,
Okay.
making the transition to serverless inference incredibly smooth.
It reminds me of those meal kit services,
Right,
where they send you pre-portioned ingredients and easy-to-follow recipes.
I like that analogy. Hugging Face is providing the AI equivalent of meal kits, making it easier than ever for developers to whip up some amazing AI applications.
So let's say I'm a developer who's sold on the idea. What's my first step? How do I actually get started with these serverless inference options?
Well, you have several options. The article mentions you can access these services through Hugging Face's website, their SDKs,
Okay.
or even through direct HTTP calls. Multiple entry points for ultimate flexibility.
That's great. And what if I'm trying out different models and I find that one works better with a specific provider? Can I easily switch without rewriting tons of code?
That's the beauty of Hugging Face's integration.
Okay.
Switching between providers is seamless. You simply modify the provider name in the API call, and the rest of your implementation remains the same.
Talk about user-friendly.
Yeah.
It sounds like Hugging Face has truly gone above and beyond to simplify the process of AI development.
And this accessibility is only going to increase as more providers join the ecosystem and as the technology continues to evolve.
Speaking of evolution, the article also mentioned a routing proxy for OpenAI-compatible APIs. What's the significance of that?
That's a really interesting detail. OpenAI, the creator of ChatGPT and DALL-E, is obviously a major player in the AI world.
Right. They've been making headlines with their advancements in generative AI.
By offering this routing proxy, Hugging Face is essentially building a bridge for developers who are already using OpenAI's tools, making it easier for them to transition to the Hugging Face platform.
So it's like a gateway to a wider world of AI possibilities.
Exactly. It connects different parts of the AI landscape, fostering greater interconnectivity and hopefully even more collaboration between developers and researchers.
Okay, we've covered the what and the how of Hugging Face's serverless inference options.
Right.
But let's zoom out for a moment.
Sure.
Why should anyone who's not a developer care about this? What's the bigger picture here?
That's a great question. I think the answer lies in the potential impact this accessibility has on the world around us.
Yeah.
As AI becomes easier to use and more readily available, we're going to see it being applied to a much broader range of problems, leading to breakthroughs in fields like healthcare, education, and even climate change.
So it's not just about building cool chatbots or creating stunning AI art. It's about harnessing the power of AI to address some of the biggest challenges humanity faces.
Precisely. And that's what makes Hugging Face's mission so important.
Yeah.
By democratizing AI, they're not just empowering developers, they're empowering everyone to be a part of this technological revolution.
That's a powerful thought. It reframes this deep dive beyond technical advancements and towards a future where AI is used to solve real-world problems and create a better future for everyone.
And to get a better sense of that future, let's take a closer look at some of the specific models and providers that Hugging Face is working with. For example, the article highlights DeepSeek R1, a large language model that's making waves in the AI community.
Why is that? What makes DeepSeek R1 so special?
Well, it's known for its impressive performance in tasks like code generation and question answering, even rivaling some of OpenAI's top models.
So DeepSeek R1 is giving the big guys a run for their money. That's impressive, especially considering it's an open source model.
Yeah, it is. And it really highlights the incredible innovation happening within the open source AI community.
Right.
These models are becoming increasingly sophisticated, pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and they're available for anyone to use and contribute to.
That's a key point. DeepSeek R1 is just one example of the many models that Hugging Face supports. Do they also cater to other types of AI models beyond large language models?
Yeah.
What about image recognition or audio analysis, for example?
Hugging Face has got you covered. They have a vast library of models that span a wide range of applications, from natural language processing to computer vision to audio analysis. It's like a one-stop shop for all your AI model needs.
And you can use these models with any of the serverless inference providers that Hugging Face supports, right? So you have the flexibility to choose the best model for your specific task and the best provider for your needs.
Exactly. It's a truly modular system. You can mix and match models and providers to create the perfect combination for your project. And this kind of flexibility is essential for fostering innovation and allowing developers to experiment with different approaches.
It sounds like Hugging Face is laying the groundwork for a future where AI is as ubiquitous and as easy to use as cloud storage or social media. We're moving from a world where AI was exclusive to specialists to one where it's accessible to everyone.
I think that's a great comparison. Just like those technologies have transformed the way we live and work, AI has the potential to revolutionize how we solve problems, make decisions, and interact with the world around us. And Hugging Face is at the forefront of this transformation.
It's an exciting prospect, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, we need to be mindful of the ethical implications.
Right.
We need to ensure that AI is developed and used responsibly for the benefit of all.
I completely agree. It's not just about making AI powerful.
Right.
It's about making it responsible. We need to have open discussions about the potential impact of AI.
Yeah.
And we need to work together to establish guidelines and frameworks that ensure AI is used ethically and fairly.
Well said. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Hugging Face, I think the key takeaway is this. The future of AI is bright and it's becoming increasingly accessible.
Yeah.
Hugging Face is playing a crucial role in democratizing AI, making it easier for developers and enthusiasts to experiment with and build amazing applications.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Hugging Face and serverless inference. We hope you found it insightful and inspiring.
It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you.
All right, until next time.